Okay, this is going to be a hopefully very quick channel update video. We're also going to talk about some things that possibly can go wrong or have gone wrong when manufacturers send out prototypes for review. And what's this about a furry creature? Anyway, that's all coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. So this is going to be a little bit of a rambling video. I'll try to keep it to a minimum, but you know me, right? So first of all, very recently just hit 75,000 subscribers on the Survival on Purpose channel, and I just want to say thank you. I am totally amazed at that. It has been almost 3 years now since we started the channel, and I'm just amazed that anybody wants to watch my video, much less that 75,000 people plus have chosen to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing this channel with your friends. And just, I will tell you that I've got a really big giveaway planned for when we hit 100,000 subscribers. At the rate we're going, that's going to be several months, but you can speed that up by sharing this video with your friends and sharing this channel with your friends. And if you like it anyway, if you don't like it, I'm probably not watching anyway, so never mind. But anyway, that's the. I just want to say thank you so much for the milestone we just recently hit at the channel of 75,000 subscribers. And that being said, that's the reason, really one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, because you may be one of those new subscribers and there may be a couple things about the channel that you're not aware of that probably would make your viewing experience better, or maybe your commenting experience better, because the main thing I want to talk about is profanity. Just bottom line, I have a very zero tolerance profanity policy for the channel. I do everything I can to keep this a family-friendly channel. I don't use profanity on the air, I don't use profanity in my comments, and I have filters set up on YouTube to completely block out at a very even mild level of profanity. So if you leave a comment that's got a 4-letter word in it, chances are it's never going to see the light of day on YouTube, and that's really a shame, because I know that some people may or may not consider certain words profanity, but if there's any gray area, I just got it blocked. Just erring on the side of caution. And so it's a shame, again, because sometimes I get some really engaging comments and I'll find them in my spam folder or the blocked comments folder, and I really I just have to draw the line, and I can't respond to those because I can't respond to them without them being public. So if you want a response to your comment or a question, just keep it as squeaky clean, okay? And if that offends you, then oh well, sorry. Not really. Also, speaking of comments, real quick, and I've got notes here. I'm trying to stay to them to keep the rambling to a minimum, but I did not have this on a note, but it kind of fits in. I make an effort to reply to every single comment. I know a lot of people say that's unusual. My kids say, "Dad, you're crazy." Nobody does that. But I make an effort to reply to every single comment, unless it's got profanity in it. But as the channel grows and the video views grow and the comments grow, it's getting harder and harder. So I'm kind of looking at maybe I need to not do that. So if you have a question or whatever, I'll do my best to respond to you. But if you just say, "Hey," I may say thanks, I may not. And if you got just something negative to say, well, you know what? Just keep it to yourself, because nobody wants to hear it. If you got positive, constructive criticism about an item I review or about something that's going on, that's one thing. If you just want to spew negativity to the world, I'm probably going to just start deleting those comments, because then there's enough negative out there. We don't need, if that's all you got to offer, man, just keep it to yourself, okay? I know that's not you, but you may see some comments get deleted from other people at times, okay? So I'm not talking to you. I'm talking basically to somebody else that might be watching. But that being said, let's talk about video content. When I started the channel, if you go way back and look at my very first introductory video, I got a big long beard and just really pretty scraggly looking. But I said my main goal is to show some skills and to show just stuff that an everyday person can learn, and doesn't have to be a hardcore, live in the woods forever, bushcraft kind of expert, just an everyday guy, because that's what I am, can go out and learn these skills and just have a good time in the woods. And the whole concept of survival on purpose is that we practice these different skills on purpose in a safe environment, so that if we ever do have to find ourselves in a situation where we really need these skills to survive, that we'll have them because we practice them on purpose. So it's kind of as we go camping, if you go bushcrafting and roughing and all that, it's, in my opinion, one purpose for it is survival on purpose. You're just practicing those skills on purpose. Got that? So I'm a scout master, so be prepared is kind of the scout motto, and that's kind of my byword too. So I really believe in that. But As the years have evolved, now 3 years, I have almost exclusively now I do product reviews because I have made these commitments to people to review their products, and I want to honor those commitments. I've been trying now literally all of 2016 my goal was to kind of get away from that and do less product reviews and more skill stuff. And to be honest with you, it's now almost November and I have not succeeded in my goal. I've still been pretty much doing 95% at least, or 99% product reviews and gear reviews, and I still got a bunch to do, so but that seems to be what more people want to see. So if that's not what you want to see, just leave me a comment below. I'll do my best to start doing some other stuff. It really is my goal to try to back out of it for two reasons. First of all, because I want to add some variety to the channel, and second of all, because I mean, when I make a commitment to do those reviews, it's like a big weight hanging over my shoulders, and it's like I got to do it. Whereas if I want to do some skill videos, I can kind of do them on my own schedule. So, but that being said, I do a lot of gear reviews and knife reviews and different reviews, and I also get comments that there's an extremely large percentage not only of reviews but of Schrade reviews. And yes, that's true. Basically, for the last 2.5, 3 years, I've been doing a Schrade Saturday video. Every single Saturday, I review a Schrade item, and I have no plans to stop that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to continue that indefinitely. So that means that's at least 52 a year, right? So. Airplane. So anyway, that's at least 52 Schrade reviews a year. I've got like 650 videos out there, so I probably got like 150 Schrade videos maybe. So, you know, that I wouldn't say 90% of them are Schrade. It seems that way maybe because you see now if I do 2 a week, half of those are Schrade. But I've got 650 videos total and about 160 Schrade reviews or something like that. So there's that. And people ask me, am I paid by Schrade or whatever? And no, I am not. They do send me the knives for free. Most of the stuff that you see me review on the channel is going to be sent to me for free. That's why I always say, you know, thanks for sending this so I can show it to you. And that's because that's the way most gear reviewers do it. If I had to buy everything, it just wouldn't be feasible for me to do that. Okay, so they do send it for free, but no, Schrade does not pay me. However, I am working on getting some paid sponsors because one of my goals is for this to be a full-time gig for me, YouTube. There's other channels and other YouTube creators that it is their full-time job, and that's my goal, honestly, because I really like doing this more than anything I've ever done. So just being completely honest and transparent with you, as I always try to be. And in order for that to happen, I got to have money coming in. Now, there's a little money that comes in already from the ads that you see on the videos at the beginning, but it's not a lot of money. It's probably less than minimum wage for the amount of time that I've gotten videos, which that's cool, but that's the one part of it. The other way I get paid right now is from Amazon. So if I put a link below and you click on that link and you buy something from Amazon, I get an associate referral fee is what they call it. And I think the most it's ever been is 8%. I mean, it's not get rich money is what I'm trying to say, but it is extra income that's coming in, and it's one step closer to that line where I can say, okay, this is supporting my family now, because I got a family. I got 4 kids, 3 of them at home, got a wife, got bills like you do. So with that being said, one of my goals to increasing the income level of the channel is to start doing some sponsored videos and getting sponsors. And that could take a couple of forms. That could take the forms of, it's going to be like an advertisement. It's very clear and plain. You know what? This video is sponsored by so-and-so, and we give them a 30-second little promo or whatever and talk about them. Or it could take the form of, you know what? This is an entire video sponsored by so-and-so, and we're going to talk about their product in this video. And I'll be very clear about that up front. I just want to be completely transparent and upfront with you about everything. I got nothing to hide. If I'm getting paid to make a video, then you have a right to know that. I have a moral and legal obligation to tell you that. But also, all I can do is promise you that, first of all, I'm not going to make videos about a product that I don't believe in, period, whether they're paying me or not. People have sent me stuff before to do videos on, and I was like, you know what? I just don't see this. This is not working right. It's not good. Whatever the situation may be, I just don't think this is either a good quality or a good fit for my viewers. So I tell them no. So basically, I'm not going to accept somebody as a sponsor on this channel that I don't believe in, and that I don't think they have a good product, and that I'm not satisfied and think that their product is a good fit for you. But also, along those same lines, my goal in every gear review, product review, or whatever I do, whether it's sponsored or not, is to do a thorough enough demonstration of the actual functions, and abilities of the product itself so you can see it in action, and you're not taking my word for, oh, I think this is a great product, you should buy this. I'm not going to tell you whether or not you should buy something. My job, as I see it as a gear reviewer, is to demonstrate that gear in such a way that you can look at it and you can determine for yourself if you think that'll meet your needs or if it's something that's worth your money. And then that's your decision. My job as a demonstrator is kind of the way I look at it. So some products certainly lend themselves to that better than others. Some of them, it's almost impossible to do that. You have to kind of take my word for it. And all I can tell you then is, base your decision on whether or not you believe me, on what you've seen me do in the past, and on what you've seen me with other things that I was able to fully demonstrate. And you say, yep, you know what? Maybe you bought something like that and you agree with what I showed you. It's up to you whether or not you trust me is the bottom line. All I can do is do my best to be trustworthy. So, and that was a whole lot of rambling, but I know it's a very touchy subject about people getting paid for this and paid for that, but I am telling you right now, I'm going to start looking for sponsors for things, and I'm trying to generate some income for the channel, and so I can go full time. And I'll be straight up front with you. I'll let you know, and you can decide whether or not I'm a sellout or a hack or whatever, or if you think I'm being straight with you. My goal is to be straight. I hope you believe that. So anyway, that's that. So speaking of sponsors, one more thing, and this kind of ties into the next subject of what's coming up. Last year, I got to go to SHOT Show in Las Vegas. It was the world's largest outdoor show, and it was really cool. It was my first year there. It was extremely overwhelming, but I had a great time. And Through Night Flashlights sponsored me for that show. So and at every video, it was pretty obvious. You know, this I said at the very beginning. You know, I think it was like Survival on Purpose covers the 2016 SHOT Show, sponsored by Through Night Flashlights. Then I had a little blurb at the end. If I can get the sponsorship, it may be Through Night, it may be somebody else, it may be a couple. I'm gonna do that again this year. I'll be at SHOT Show. Hopefully, that's my goal, and those will be sponsored videos because I don't really have it in my budget to fund that trip myself. But if I can get it funded by some sponsorships, then I'll definitely go, and that'll be something that's coming up on the channel for January of 2017. Also coming up for this year, in the next month, in November, we're going to be doing our series like we did last year and the year before of great gift ideas for Christmas. We're a couple months from Christmas now, and it will be in different price ranges, maybe like, you know, the good gifts under 10 bucks, under 25 bucks, under 50, something. We just see how it pans out, and I'll have them split up. And those will be things that I'm personally familiar with, that I personally think are excellent values, and or just really do a good job. Everything on that list, basically my goal is to be something I think would be cool to get for Christmas, and hopefully anybody that you choose to buy that for would think it's cool too. And it's always helpful because there's just those folks that, man, you just don't know what to get them, or maybe you don't really know what to get them for a certain price point. So hopefully that'll help you. I've had a lot of requests for that again this year, so that'll be coming up within the next month. Probably within the next couple of weeks, hopefully. I started a new series called Why I Carry Daily. We got a couple of videos now. Probably every few weeks I'm going to do one of those. We're going to talk about concealed carry and the right to keep and bear arms and the Second Amendment and those kind of issues. I'm not any kind of firearms expert, but I like shooting. I've always liked shooting. I've had guns all my life. And so, again, true to the very beginning of the channel, I'm approaching everything I do as just a regular guy, just like you, and maybe you can relate to that and then help you some. And then, in general, we're going to be doing more firearm stuff. So, that'll be coming up now. Okay, so I know I have rambled. I promised you at the beginning of this video that I was going to talk about what happens when manufacturers send out prototype products and things kind of go wrong. We had this happen a few months back when Schrade sent me a knife, and I put it on the old balance testing facility there, and it broke. And it's the first time I'd ever had a Schrade fail of any way on me. And they, except for I broke a couple of ceramic ones, okay, but that was my fault. So I got in touch with them, and what they told me was that they had actually sent me a improperly heat-treated model. It was really just a photo model for the salesman to use. It wasn't designed for actual use. And they sent me a new model, and I beat the crap out of it, and it held up fine. So I said, okay, I'll buy it. That makes sense. But I had a lot of people say, no, that's a bunch of garbage. That's just an excuse, whatever. Well, I believe them because I beat the heck out of every other Schrade I've ever seen, and I beat the heck out of the replacement. It worked fine. So not too long ago, Schrade sent me a new big ferro rod that's coming out in 2017. And it's what it looks like, kind of like this, right? So the reason I show you that is because here's what the one they sent me looks like. And I was using it, and the handle just completely broke off, and I thought, wow, man, that is not good. They need to work on that. And I got in touch with them. They said they'll look into it. Well, then they came back to me finally, so what they found out was this, again, is a prototype. had a 3D printed handle on it. It was not the final product. And you can see now, there's the part that broke. I don't even have the other part, I've lost it. But kind of a corrugated material hollow definitely makes sense about the 3D handle. So they sent me the new one, and you can see right off the bat the difference. I mean, for what's there, you can see this one's all shiny and different colored, and this one is a little matte and got some texture to it. And it's but just to show you, this thing is by golly tough. Okay, it's got dents in it now, if you can see those. I don't know if you can see them or not. See the dents right here? You can see the dents. So there's no doubt that would have broken this one. As a matter of fact, let me just show you. Oh yeah, okay, look, see, it broke. Oh, it broke the end of it. Now that part's gone. So that to me, it just says that, yeah, okay, they do that sometimes. They send out stuff a little prematurely to try to get it out there. But this is the finished production model of that, and you can see I beat the heck out of it, and it went really good. And it's got a nice sturdy handle on it and a really nice ferro rod there. So that's the new straight ferro rod, by the way, but that's the production model. So the point was not to show you the ferro rod, just to illustrate the fact that sometimes manufacturers do get kind of eager to get their product before the public. And they've sent this out, and they sent the knife out before, and so you just got to take that with a grain of salt. I think sometimes I see some of these failures on YouTube and on the internet, and I wonder if, especially when you see them, these people bought these knives from eBay or whatever, and then they failed. I wonder if some of those eBay sellers might have been from reviews and whatnot. They got early knives. I don't know. I just wonder about that. But anyway, I think that's about enough rambling for one day. The only thing I want to say is, I keep hearing people keep asking about some sort of rodent or animal in the videos, and I really don't know. I have no idea what in the world they're talking about. So, Chuck Norris didn't cry when Bambi's mother died. Anyway, that's just a quick update. I love to hear your suggestions of what you'd like to see on the channel coming up for 2017 and for the rest of this year. And once again, thank you so much for being a part of helping the channel hit 75,000 subscribers. I really and truly appreciate it. If you're still with me, by the way, thanks for hanging on to the end of this rambling video. I really appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing, for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing this video with all your friends, and thank you so much for doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time.